Alright guys, no wonder the BBC is dying. This is another bomb for the BBC. Another bomb for the BBC. Another flop-a-rooney. Yeah, this is disastrous. Now, we're not just going to look at these figures. You know, the Rotten Tomatoes reviews. We're going to look at the viewing figures. Because, my God, it cratered. Fell off a cliff. Into the ocean, one might say. War between the land and the sea. Get it? Fucking terrible. Anyway. Yeah, let's take a look, shall we? So, I've been over these reviews already. Critics loved it. As you can expect. Because the critics love anything. Because they are, well, retarded, I guess. Audience hated it. 45%. Pretty bad. It is pretty bad. So, yeah, pretty bloody disastrous. And they're comical as well. Like, I've been over them, so I don't want to get into it too much. But the reviews were genuinely hilarious. There was one or two, actually, of the audience that came by the video, which was quite funny, that I did on all of this. But, yeah, let's take a look. Because they've fallen off the face of the planet. Like genuinely terrible. Genuinely terrible. So, the war between the land and the sea, overnight ratings revealed for double bill premiere. The double bill premiere, bearing in mind this is a double bill, right? Double bill premiere. So, they released them at the same time. Oh, it dropped off so bad. It's off to a strong start, with an average of 2.82 million viewers watching the first episode. And then they lost nearly 1 million. Only 2 million and what, 500 or 50,000? Jesus. 2.05 million viewers second. So basically, a whole bunch of the people that watched the first episode were like, Jesus, this is dog shit. I would rather watch my dog shit than watch this, basically. Awful. Bloody terrible. It's a double bill premiere. And you lose, effectively, what, 770,000? 770,000 people switched off. That's atrocious. That is not a strong start. God, that's disastrous. And I love the fact that Radio Times just fillets Doctor Who once again. They are the mouthpiece of the BBC. The BBC is the mouthpiece of the government. And then the Radio Times is the mouthpiece of the BBC. They love the BBC. Pun intended. They bend over backwards for the BBC. Pun intended. They're all about it, guys. They're all about it. I don't know what to tell you. I think what's interesting about this, if you look at the figures, right? 2.82 million viewers watched the first one. I mean, it's not far off what we were getting with Ncuti Gatwa's first season of Doctor Who before it then started to crater. Now, the fact that they're saying this is good, I mean, is genuinely terrible. Because even if you look at the first figure as good, how can you possibly say that losing 770,000 people between episode 1 and 2 is good? How can you possibly say that? You're mental. You're mental. That's insane. Again, like I said, even if you think that those figures are decent, right? Which there probably will be some YouTubers out there going, this is such great figures. How do you justify losing 770,000? How? Over 750,000 people decided to nope out. Yeah, you can't justify that. You actually can't justify that. And no wonder you have Disney deciding just to end the partnership with the BBC for Doctor Who. Apparently as well, and this is what I think is even more funny, apparently this isn't anywhere on Disney Plus. Now I can't confirm that because I'm based in the UK, so even Disney Plus in the UK won't have it. This is just available, you know, on BBC and BBC iPlayer. in the UK. But apparently, some people in the States have been saying they can't find it on Disney Plus. Now, it might be there, to be fair. It's not something I can actually verify. Because I don't even think a VPN would work. Maybe it would, but yeah, I didn't check. Bloody God. Jesus. So bad. And that's why you get articles like this saying that the BBC is losing £1 billion a year in potential license fee revenue. And for those that don't know, the BBC is paid for, funded by a TV license, basically a tax, like you have to pay for it. And loads of people have just been switching off, just going, I would rather watch paint dry than this. I would rather not pay anything. I don't want to watch this crap. And so that £1 billion a year, mate, that's horrendous. But no wonder, because this is absolute detritus. It's so funny. It's not enough for the BBC to continually lecture us on how awful we are, but even when lecturing us, they can't get the sound right. Please start hiring people who are at least technically competent. Utterly dull, mindless, badly produced drivel with a plot that makes no sense. Why did the Sea Devils even come to London? Yeah. Where's the consistency with the water? Like, I watched episode 2. They're like, go get me a glass of water. So they go to the Thames, get a glass of shitty water. Literally, looks like shit's floating in it. But yeah, they come in a tunnel from the Thames. And it's clear. What? Somehow the disappointment made the prospect of paradise more real. Frank Herbert. I went into this show expecting it to be worse than Disney Season 2 of Doctor Who, and it wasn't. That isn't to say that it was good, or even worth watching. It's not worth watching. But it was less worse than what I endured a few months ago. This is a show that under normal circumstances would never have been greenlit, made, or even made it across the desk of a producer. Russell T Davies pitched this without connections to Doctor Who, to no avail. So on the back of the Disney deal of 2023, he tacked this on as his last bit of vandalism to the franchise. This is all true, by the way. Like, he admitted this. It is as if Russell T Davies devised this as a form of divine punishment. Oh, you thought that Doctor Who was awful? For my next trick. And that is what you can expect out of the war between the land and the sea. Final verdict, 1.5 out of 10. Finish him. P.S. Sack Jane Tranter. Mate, this is bloody awful. And like I said, you lose over 250,000. Over 250,000 viewers. Checked out between episode 1 and 2, and it's a double bill. So people actively just went switching that off. That's shit. Mate, the BBC, you got to rethink what you're doing. This is a clown show. You're a mockery the world over. So bad.